Two people walk into the same meeting room with the same idea. One gets taken seriously, the other doesn't. The difference has nothing to do with the idea. That's what we are getting into today. Welcome back to the Manhui Method. I'm Saeed Manhui, the host of the show. What I want to get into today is why most self-development content fails the people consuming it. And I don't mean it fails occasionally. If we step back, we can see that it has a structural problem that makes it almost impossible to actually help you in a way you need. The content is built around what people want to hear, not what they need to do. At its core, we know motivation sells. It feels good, it's repeatable, and it never makes anyone feel uncomfortable. Let's say a book that tells you to be yourself, to believe in yourself, work hard, and lead with integrity, it's always going to find an audience. On the other hand, it's also always useless for figuring out how careers actually move inside a real organization. Here is a version of advice you have probably heard more times than you can count. Do great work. Be consistent, add value, and let the result speak for themselves. That's not wrong exactly. It's incomplete in a way that it cost you years if you decided to take it at its face value. Results don't speak for themselves. They need someone in the room to speak for them. If the people who are making the decision about your career don't know what you did, how you did it, and why it mattered, the work might as well not have happened. Remember, execution without visibility is a hobby. What actually moves career is a combination of what you delivered and how it was perceived. And the second part, the perception, is always what most books skip. So let me come back to those two people in the meeting with the same idea. They did the same preparation, same level of thinking behind it. One presents it with hesitation, maybe qualifies everything and ends with, but I could be wrong. The other person, on the other hand, walks in with clarity, holds the room, and speaks like they've already worked through every angle. The room responds to the second person differently. And it's not because the idea was better, because the delivery signaled something about the person behind it. Presence doesn't just affect how you are perceived, it affects how your work is perceived too. When someone has built a reputation for confidence and clarity, everything they're associated with gets more weight. The name behind something changes how that thing gets evaluated. And the reverse is equally true. Someone can be doing genuinely exceptional work, and if they haven't built that presence, the work doesn't register the way it should. Someone else comes along, frame it, presents it with more confidence, and walks away with the credit. Your presence is a multiplier on everything you deliver. In most organizations, you have to demonstrate that you belong in the room before you get a chance to provide what you actually can do in that room. Confidence comes first, and the proof follows. There's something else worth naming here that most career content glosses over completely. The people making decisions about who gets promoted are not sitting around with spreadsheets of your contribution. They are forming a picture. That picture gets built over time from every interaction, from every meeting, every moment where they watched how you handle something under a little pressure. Most of those moments aren't performance reviews. They are unremarkably those Tuesday mornings that you have already forgotten about. The person who gets promoted is usually not the best performer in the room. It's the person leadership can always picture doing the bigger job. And that's a perception problem. the self-development industry has almost nothing useful to say about it because the honest version of that truth makes people uncomfortable. Understanding how you're being read and making deliberate choices about how to show up, in my opinion, is not manipulation. It's literacy. The people who move up faster figure that out early in their career. Before we leave, I want to ask you, think about the last room you were in where a real decision got made. Not what was decided, but who was listened to, who set the tone, and who got taken seriously without even fighting for it. Ask yourself whether that's you, and if it's not, figure out what the actual gap is between how you're showing up and how those people are showing up. And I promise you, the gap is the work, not the next book that you haven't read yet. Next episode, I want to go one layer deeper into this. If you want to learn more, check out my book on Amazon, The Last Human Software Engineer.